I'm going to be building an almost identical helmet of Maxx Crosby's for the Raiders. And you're going to want to stick around because I explain how I got his actual face mask and how this whole thing almost didn't happen. Now, I didn't get Maxx Crosby's actual helmet from the Raiders, but this is the closest possible you can do doing all the nitty-gritty details like an NFL team has. So here's the backstory. So about a year ago, we made a very similar video to this doing Jalen Ramsey's helmet, and that video did fantastic on our channel, so obviously we're trying to do more of that stuff. And so we reached back out to BAmasks and said, hey, do you have any other masks of any other players? And he said, I have Maxx Crosby's. And I was like, that works. So if you don't know anything about Maxx Crosby, he's a defensive end for the Las Vegas Raiders. He's a 2-time second team All-Pro, 4-time Pro Bowler, and off the field, he is all about his fashion. So today we've partnered with a bunch of different companies to bring this helmet to life. And that way we can show you, if you want to make a Maxx Crosby helmet for yourself, that's exactly how you do it step by step. All right, first off is going to be the helmet. So when Maxx Crosby initially came into the NFL, he was wearing a Riddell Speedflex, but a little bit later he switched into a Visor 02. Now technically we should be doing it in a Visor 02. However, the NFL is partnered with Riddell as their official licensee, meaning every helmet you get that has NFL team logos on it is going to be Riddell. So if we want an actual Raiders helmet, it's going to be a Riddell Speedflex. And honestly, from our perspective, that's not really a big deal for this because he wore it in the past and we know exactly how to merge the two together. Now, first off, I want to thank Riddell for sending us out a Raiders helmet for this build. It's the main piece of this build and where everything comes together, so we really appreciate you for that. Guys, if you want to check out stuff from Riddell, we'll link them in the description down below. All right, next up is going to be chin straps. The entire time in the NFL, Maxx Crosby, like 95% of the dudes in the NFL, are wearing a SportStar chin strap. Now, we think he's using a SportStar Victory T-Rex Hurricane XD chin strap. The other thing that Maxx Crosby does different on his chin strap is he doesn't use the strap locks or traditional buckles on the top. Instead, he puts a screw directly through the chin strap into it. That way, it's locked down, it's not going anywhere, and it's the exact same every time. So for this, I drill a small hole through the chin strap, put the screw through it, take the strap lock off. It's a really easy switch that a lot of guys like to do too. And when he was wearing it on a Speedflex, he used to use the traditional cam locks, but when he went over to the Visors, he switched to a traditional buckle. So to marry the two together, we're going to use the Speedflex adapter, and so we can use a traditional buckle chin strap on our Speedflex. Going to be the details on this one. All right, next thing we're going to be looking at is visors. Traditionally in games, Maxx Crosby does not wear a visor. However, he loves wearing visors pre-game. And he's really only started doing this since he switched to his custom face mask and also into his Visor 02. So in it, he's using a Oakley Edge tinted visor in pre-game that's completely blacked out. Now, because we definitely want to do a visor on this helmet, we are going to throw an Oakley one on here. So for this video, we're going with an Oakley Pro visor, so it fits our Riddell Speedflex, and the darkest tint we could find right now was, I think, 45%. Now, on top of that visor, we have two accessories. The first is going to be the gray Oakley unbranded visor clips. These are what the Raiders mostly choose to wear. And also because Oakley is the optic sponsor of the NFL, on all the NFL Oakley visors, it has the Oakley logo and then the word Oakley underneath it. We had to get those for this as well. And the Raiders use like a silver gray on there. So those are the ones we installed on here too. All right, next is going to be a mouth guard. Now, back when Maxx joined the league, he wore a mouth guard back then, and it basically looked like a black, like 75% mouth guard, but he stopped wearing it pretty shortly after that. And I'm pretty sure right now he's doing no mouth guard at all, which kind of works for us because it's one more piece I didn't have to buy for this, but at the same time, Maxx, take care of your teeth, man. All right, next piece we're going to be looking at on here is going to be the decals. Now, this is where we get into the nitty gritty and what really separates a good replica from a great replica. Now, if you do pick up the Riddell replica helmets, all the decals that come on it are still really nice decals, and you don't have to do any of this extra stuff. All the ones that they already put on are in really good shape and look the part. But we have the sources to take it up a notch, so we've replaced all the decals on here for some different ones. The first thing we did was 3D bumpers. We took the stickers of the Raiders logo off the front and back, and we switched those out for 3D bumpers. Now, again, do you have to do this? No, but the 3D just looks really nice. Now, on the back of the NFL helmet, it features two things. It features the American flag and the NFL logo. However, when you look at the placement on the back of where the Raiders put it on their helmet, it's more slightly down to the left, and the flag is up on the left, and because of that, we've switched those out for some new ones too. Now, the Raiders also have two custom stickers on the back of their helmet, and one I'm actually missing because I totally missed it when I was sourcing all the parts for this. So on one side of their helmet, they have an Al decal, and the other side, they have a 0-0 decal. The 0-0 decal is to commemorate former Raider center Jim Otto, and the shield on the right with Al is to commemorate Al Davis. The next thing the Raiders do is put the jersey number on the back of the helmet with a 9 and an 8. So we got some black ones for Maxx Crosby's number 98 jersey number. And the final thing was we took off the bigger black warning label currently on the helmet and we switched it out for a smaller discreet one. We still want that on there, but the smaller, the better. Okay, next up is going to be the best part of this thing, the face mask. And honestly, you could take every other thing we've done so far, slap any other face mask on it, and you could basically say it's any other dude on the Raiders helmet. But as soon as you break up this face mask, you know it's a Maxx Crosby build. And before making the switch from Speedflex to Visor 02, Maxx Crosby was wearing the SF 2PD HD face mask. And then when he went to the Raiders, he started to use like a semi-custom mask for a little bit with some jagged eye bars. But then the NFL started to kind of strike that stuff down a little bit. And then he went into just a standard Visors face mask, as you can see here. But then after that, the NFL started to lose control of all the custom face masks happening in the NFL. And he just said, it, and he created his own custom face mask. Now the main piece of this mask is going to be two triangles that basically represent the triangle of sobriety, which helps represent Alcoholics Anonymous, where there's a circle with a triangle in the middle of it. Now if you weren't aware, Maxx Crosby has been sober since early 2020, and he takes every opportunity he can to talk about that journey. And to match his face mask, you can even see he has the matching tattoo on the front of his neck. Now I know what you're thinking, everything so far could still work on a Visor too, so what's so important about this one? Well, the actual timeline of this is basically Maxx Crosby reached out to BAmasks when he was still in his Speedflex and said, hey, I want this custom mask with these different bars for my sobriety triangle and all these different things on it. Can you do it for me? And he said, yeah, of course. He started whipping it up. And then when he was just finishing making it, Maxx Crosby came back and said, hey, I'm switching to the Visor 2. Can you do it all over again but make it fit a Vices? And he was like, yeah, no problem. He just whipped it up again, shipped it out to him, and then this mask sat on a shelf for a couple years. So if you don't know who BAmasks is, they make custom face masks. They can basically make you anything you want, or you can pick from their selection on their website. We'll link them in the description down below as well. Again, thank you to them for sending us out this face mask. This makes the build so sick. So yes, this is Maxx Crosby's face mask, but it's not technically game worn like we had for the Jalen Ramsey one, but it's still so cool. All right, so now we have all the details on all the different pieces. Let's start building this thing. All right, there it is. It is done. This thing is so sick. Every time when I'm building one of these, I never know how it's gonna go. And then that last step where you put the face mask and the visor on it, it just completes it. It's almost like giving a person a face. It's weird, but that's literally what happens with this thing. This thing is so sick, and I love all the decals that we add to this time. Some of my favorite pieces are how in-depth we went with the decals on the back of the helmet, the 3D bumpers, the 98, the owl, the American flag. We have the offset NFL logo, the smaller warning logo, even the chin strap, down to even like the Oakley tabs being the correct color with the Oakley logo. Obviously his face mask. What do we think, huh? There you guys go. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I hope you enjoyed this helmet. This thing is going to be so sick to add to my collection and put it right on the wall next to my Jalen Ramsey. I can't ask for anything more. I love what I'm doing out here. Again, big thanks to all the companies that helped us out today. A lot of the accessories were provided by GreenGridiron. We'll link them in the description down below. Riddell provided us with the helmet, and of course, BAmasks provided us with the face mask that made this entire thing possible. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Any products or any questions, check it down below. Check you next time.